Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Just jumping back into Battle Spot with the Global Link rental team that we've been using. If you're interested in this team, of course, you can check it out, linked in the description below. It's been a lot of fun. I'm planning on trying to feature a brand new team by mid next week. I'm going to be in Madison this weekend for the regional championship. If any of you guys are there, definitely come up and say hello. Hopefully get to meet some of you guys. And if you are interested in watching the live stream for that event, it will be live streamed. Go check out pokemon.com/live. I'm actually going there as a commentator, so you guys will get to catch me on stream. Pokemon.com/live should always be bookmarked for you guys, just because it's where all the Pokemon streams are. So definitely come and watch some awesome Pokemon action. Video game's going to be streamed there, as well as card game. And then over in Birmingham, overseas, there's also a European regional being streamed there. So lots of exciting stuff. But we're just going to get back onto track. My opponent running a really cool team, Noob, using Whimsicott, Tapu Koko, Garchomp, Arcanine, Nowego, and the Kartana. So lots of scary things here. It does feel like something where Scarfchomp can really thrive, though. Yeah, I really like Scarfchomp Aerodactyl here. And in the back, Nowego performs very nice. Or sorry, not Nowego. Celesteela performs very nicely and can switch into Nowego, Kartana, and Garchomp, and Whimsicott. And for the last one, I'll probably go with my own Koko. Yeah. I like that. Raichu could be tempting because you'd imagine my opponent's going to bring Koko. But yeah, I'll bring my own Koko. It's faster than most things. So we're going to get into this one. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. And let's see what we run into. The Whimsicott's definitely the thing that sticks out the most to me, but Nowego is a really cool Pokemon just because it did take home a regional championship over in Seattle this past weekend. It was used with the common core of, Tapu Fini, Arcanine, Garchomp, or sorry, not Garchomp, Porygon 2, that kind of core. But we're going to see Whimsicott Kartana. And one thing I didn't anticipate or I didn't mention was Scarf Kartana, which that definitely could be. And I hate Whimsicott because you never know what it's running until you see what it's running, pretty much. This is a pretty prime time to switch into Aerodactyl, though. Or sorry, switch into Aerodactyl. I meant switch Celesteela in. Yeah, so I'm going to switch Celesteela in, and I'm actually going to Skydrop the... I want a Tailwind here. That could be the safer play. But the reason behind Skydropping... You know what? Oh, yeah, I'm going to Skydrop. So the reason behind Skydropping is that I can Flamethrower and bring it down next turn, but I suppose Whimsicott could Tailwind here, so maybe I should have just Tailwinded to cover that option. Whimsicott could taunt me, though, which is the other thing I was thinking. Oh, so it doesn't Tailwind. Perfect. Going for a Moonblast, maybe. Actually, this works out really nicely. Yeah, nice. Although, my opponent can just double up into Aerodactyl next turn. So maybe that actually wasn't as good as I thought it was. Thought I was being clever there. I don't know the item on Whimsicott. If it's not Sash, I'd be tempted to just Heavy Slam it, but I think I'll try to knock out Kartana. Kartana could be Sash too, though. That's the annoying thing. I just know I'm guaranteed a Flamethrower off right now. Yeah, I'm going to try to knock out Kartana and Flamethrower it. Okay, Whimsicott Tailwinds. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's kind of fine, I guess. Like, I'm going to have to stall out this Tailwind, but we do know that Whimsicott has that Moonblast. Kartana, let's see. Okay, gonna Smart Strike me. Actually, yeah, I forget that I do lose my Sash here. So maybe I should have just Tailwinded turn 1. Or Skydrop Whimsicott. That could have been a play too. Like, I will knock out Kartana here with Flamethrower, but it does give Arcanine a free opportunity to come in. And we know that Whimsicott has Moonblast. So actually, this is pretty bad. Yeah. I should have brought Raichu. I should have brought both Raichu and Koko. That actually would have been decent to lead into. It's just that Whimsicott resists it. But actually, Koko comes in. Okay, I'm kind of surprised to see that over Arcanine, but maybe that means my opponent didn't bring Arcanine, which would be quite good for me. So I did get the Beast Boost, which means I can survive a Thunderbolt, most likely. I am afraid of... We've only seen Tailwind and Moonblast from Whimsicott, so we could see Encore. If you're my opponent, you might just Moonblast Aerodactyl, Thunderbolt Celesteela. I don't want to give up the Beast Boost, so I could Protect here, because even if it has Encore, it basically forces my opponent to Encore. So I think I'm just going to Last Ditch Tailwind. Actually, I should just Rock Slide, yeah. There's no way I get an attack off here with Aerodactyl, but might as well try. So I'm protecting here even knowing that Whimsicott could have Encore because I wanted to waste the turn next turn. It means I divert the pressure away from that slot. Yeah, so pretty telegraph play there, but I don't have a safe switching into that Moonblast. Yeah, this is where if I had Raichu, that might have been really good. Or even Buzzwole, maybe. Yeah, I bring in Coco here. The only issue is I have 2 choice users, so if I lose Coco this turn, yeah, that's pretty bad. Actually, I think I'm pretty screwed. I think the best play for my opponent is just an Encore Dazzling Gleam, but for all I know, maybe there's no Encore. If that is the case, that'd be really good for me. I'm just gonna Heavy Slam and Dazzling Gleam here. Yeah, Whimsicott's really bad. Ooh, Fake Tears. Oh, I survived? Oh, Coco, you're so clutch. Wow. How did I survive that? I thought it was over for sure. Okay, I mean, I still could lose here. If Arcanite's not the last one, though, Celesteela just wins. And I'm at +2 special defense. I mean, that doesn't make a difference against Arcanite, I guess. So maybe it doesn't have Encore, because if you do have Encore, I'd imagine Encoring is just a better play there. You know, Garchomp's my last Pokemon. It's not Arcanite! Oh, we're good! Okay, that's why my opponent brought in Coco. Man, my Tapu Koko did not want to go down today. It survived a minus, like, Life Orb Dazzling Gleam, and I was at -2. That is really crazy. But we take those. I will definitely just Heavy Slam Whimsicott now and Dazzling Gleam, because then I get a free switch into Garchomp. Celesteela should be able to 2v1 by itself. HP Ice, presumably, trying to catch maybe a Garchomp switch in. Moonblast. Yeah, it's fine, since I'm Scarf. Okay, Endeavor. So it's like, yeah, that's scary, but now I have leftovers, and I'm at +2 special defense. And I have Scarf Chomp in the back. Like, actually, I just win. Yeah. Oh, it could be Scarf now, Ego. But if that's the case, like, yeah, I just win, I'm pretty sure. I guess if it's Scarf now, Ego, we'll see. Tailwind expires. So I wanted to knock out the Whimsicott there, because I don't want it to Tailwind again. So yeah, it didn't actually. It had Tailwind, Moonblast, Endeavor, and Fake Tears. So it didn't have Encore. Okay, I'm pretty sure a Heavy Slam knocks out now Ego if it's Scarfed. So I can just Earthquake and Heavy Slam. And if it's Sashed, then that combination knocks it out anyway. Okay, so it's not Scarfed. Which is good, because it means it's probably Sashed, and it can't knock out both of my Pokemon at once. Not even Sashed. Wow. So this game literally came down, if my Coco faints there, I lose the game 100%. Because then you can just Fake Tears, Dazzling Gleam my Garchomp. Unless my opponent, like, just predicted Garchomp to Protect, which could have happened. So I could have, like, gone for another Protect with Celesteela. Like, I guess it wasn't 100% over, but it wasn't looking good by any means. But because my Coco was able to survive that Dazzling Gleam, which was so clutch, I was able to just knock out that Coco instantly. And, you know, I assist in Team Preview, like, if I knock out Coco and Raichu, or sorry, Coco and Arcanine, then I win the game with Celesteela. And, like, nothing else threatens me. You know, I don't really care about the Whimsicott or the Now Ego or the Cortana. But, I don't know, like, maybe I could have Tailwinded turn 1. I went for the Skydrop play, but ultimately, you know, I lost my Sash anyway. I just really wanted to get rid of Cortana, but I guess Cortana wasn't actually the major threat there. So, maybe I could have rethought about that. But, yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy about how that played out. Pokemon choice-wise, like, you can make a case for Raichu, I think, or Buzzwole. Both of them make some sense. Like, I was just hesitant on leading Raichu Coco, though, because, one, not knowing Whimsicott's set is really scary, and so it could be, like, a hyper-offensive Whimsicott, and even if that's the case, you know, Celesteela can deal with that decently. I didn't know what Cortana set that was. It could have been Assault Vested, which could have been pretty bad for me. You know, we didn't find out what set it was, but AV definitely would make some sense on that team comp. And, yeah, overall, like, man, that was just a really clutch survival on Coco. But that's why fighting Whimsicott in a best-of-1 setting is terrifying, because you always, like, in Pokemon, you normally like make your decisions based off assumptions on what your opponent will have, but some Pokemon, like, you have to assume like 10 different moves, and you don't like, so like making decisions is a lot harder. Like, for example, if you know that Whimsicott doesn't have Encore, playing around it is a lot easier. Whereas if you do know, if you think it has Encore, then you know you're less incentivized to protect in front of it or go for, you know, non-attacking moves. So that can be really, really terrifying, and that's why I think Whimsicott. I mean, Whimsicott's always been a threat in a lot of the metagames it's been in, and it's always kind of nichey, but people have definitely made it work. You know, just throughout the years. You're gonna find a 1750 rated opponent from Japan, so we are in the 1700s now, which is kind of cool. So pushing on to the 1800s, we're definitely one of the more standard teams that we've seen on Road to Ranked. Porygon 2, Tapu Lele, Celesteela, Garchomp, Arcanine, and Koko. So once again, like, the issue with these comps are if the Raichu isn't, sorry, if the Tapu Lele isn't there, I definitely go Raichu Koko, I think. But because it is there, I have to think a lot more. And I'm thinking Garchomp Aerodactyl is probably, you know, a decent call. I do want to bring Buzzwole in, because with Buzzwole, you get to make some really cool Skydrop plays. Just trying to think whether that's worth it or not, because I do need answers against Celesteela. Once again, my opponent's team is like, oh yeah, there's a Arcanine and there's a Koko. If I can knock out both of those, then Celesteela has a field day. Not sure how easy it will be in this one, though. You know what? I think I'm going to go Buzzwole and Koko, because I can set up Tailwind here and just kind of sweep through my opponent. I don't like Raichu too much in a game. Like, basically, you really want Raichu when you can guarantee it having the speed boost and with terrain up, because, you know, it's going to be faster and has the increased damage output. Anytime there's opposing terrains, like Psychic Terrain from, you know, Tapu Lele, then you have to think twice about bringing Raichu, and I don't, like, Raichu Koko is just not the greatest lead when you don't have Electric Terrain up, because your damage output's reduced and you're not as fast. And Buzzwole under Tailwind can actually one-shot a lot of my opponent's team, and even if not, I get some Skydrop plays. So I'm going to go with this, yeah. Obviously, the fear in bringing Scarf Chomp and Specs Koko is that I have 2 choice users, so that makes things a little bit more difficult, but we'll see. I'm still amazed my Koko hung on from that Dazzling Gleam at -2 special defense, though. Like, I'm thinking maybe my opponent's Koko had a lot of bulk investment, because I really thought Dazzling Gleam would definitely pick up the knockout there. But we take those. Okay, Celesteela, Porygon 2. You know, one cool play I could make here. Actually, yes, I could make that play. The only issue is this lead might just like double up into something with attacks. So the play I was thinking is just Sky Dropping, because Porygon might anticipate the Trick Room. Or sorry, the taunt from Aerodactyl. I have a bunch of options. I could Skydrop Porygon. I wish I had Protect on Aerodactyl. If I did, I probably would go for here. You know what? I'm going to switch into Koko here. And I want to switch into Koko and Skydrop Celesteela, because then I just get the knockout on the way down. Oh, shoot. Hope I got that in time. But, like, I wanted to taunt Porygon there, but I'm trying to bait out the Ice Beam, because Aerodactyl you'd anticipate would definitely have taunt there. Alright, let's see. Okay. I can't— oh no! No! I'm so bad! I'm actually so bad at Pokemon. I mean, the least he'd miss— yeah, I totally forgot about that. That shows my inexperience with Skydrop. Okay. Okay. So Celesteela probably protects here or switches out into Garchomp. I'm gonna Volt Switch. And yeah, I'll Volt Switch and just Rock Slide. Because if Trick Room goes up, that's actually fine if Buzzwole comes in here. Oh man, my opponent stayed in too. What a baller. That turn one was like a blatant misplay. I totally forgot Celesteela can't be lifted up. Wow, that does so much? What the heck? Okay, we're not out of it yet. But that was just a gross misplay turn 1. Otherwise, if I remember those mechanics, I would have Sky Drop Porygon and brought in Buzzwole, so that I can knock it out on the way down. And what a read to not protect Celesteela or switch out on Garchomp. That Heavy Slam does negligible damage, though, actually. So this actually ends up being fine. Yeah, I'll take that. Sure. Oh, I hate Freeze. That's ugly. I'm not gonna lie, folks, that's ugly. Okay. It's not fun. Do I want to unthaw here? Maybe I should just switch out. The thing is, I think Porygon might switch out into Arcanine here. And I think I need to cover that switch option. Yeah. But I'm probably taking a Heavy Slam. Actually, I'll probably just let my opponent knock me out there. Yeah, I'll Superpower Porygon. And go for a Rock Slide, I guess, if Arcanine does come in and I catch it in. Oh, okay, or you're just going to stay in, yeah. That's smart too. Just sack Porygon, because you don't really need it at this point. That's an unfortunate freeze, but oh well. I could just win this game with Rock Slide Discharge. But if my opponent has Garchomp, which presumably is in the back, then maybe not. We'll see. So Buzzwole's still at neutral, but -1 defense. I just can't believe that play I made turn 1. My Sky Drop mechanics feels bad. I realized after I locked into, and I was running out of time, so I should have just thought more about that first turn. But no excuses there, just inexperience with Sky Drop. But that's why we do Road to Rank, to learn. Okay, Arcanine comes in. That shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Yeah. Okay. So I really can't afford to switch into Coco right now. Yeah, I'm just going to Protect and Rock Slide. Because I don't want to switch out right now, so I'm hoping Aerodactyl either unthaws or my opponent just goes for a knockout, so I get a free switch in. Nah. Z-move. Okay. I'll take that because that means Arcanine's more offensive. Which means that EQ should be able to just knock it out. The only issue is if Garchomp's my opponent's last Pokemon, I have to be really worried about that because I have 2 choice users. This is still going to do so much damage. Ugh. And I think Heavy Slam should go into that Buzzwole slot if my opponent plays it smart. Yeah, so that's actually the ideal play. So I could have switched Aerodactyl into Chomp. Maybe I should have done that. Because now what you do is you just Flare Blitz the Buzzwole slot and Heavy Slam it. That freeze is so untimely, but I also could have played better. I should have been expecting freezes, and I should have switched Aerodactyl out into Chomp. And I just, obviously screwed up turn 1 pretty bad, so I'm not blaming this game on RNG. Just makes it a little bit harder. Well, I don't really have much utility for Buzzwole. I think I have to hope the last one's Tapu Lele. Yeah. I'll just last ditch Pummeling and Rock Slide. I guess I could still unthaw and flinch. Oops. Oh, Aerodactyl, why? I hate freeze. I could have switched Buzzwole into Garchomp, I guess, but I'm not sure if I can take a Flare Blitz, a Heavy Slam, and then an Extreme Speed as well. So I was like, okay, I'll just sack both of my Pokemon here to get the free switch into Coco and Garchomp. But, yeah. I mean, the freeze was unfortunate, but, anytime, here's the way I assess Pokemon. I mean, you guys have obviously heard about, you've been watching my videos, or if you've watched my videos, I talk about RNG and how to approach it in Pokemon. Okay, good. Watch your trade disappear, so I get it back. But basically, if I lose a match and there are any plays, even if there's a crazy amount of RNG, I always look at where, I could have played better, and I could have made, obviously I screwed up turn 1 from lack of knowledge, so that in itself was bad. And then I also had an opportunity to switch out the Frozen Aerodactyl into Garchomp. So yeah, I got Frozen. Aerodactyl was frozen for 3 turns, but there were 2 turns where I could have just played better. And RNG didn't, like, you know, like, even through the RNG, those two plays would have significantly improved my positioning. So, yeah. Yeah, if it's Scarchomp, I'm pretty much screwed. I think I have to discharge. But if it's Lele, I've got a chance. Or Coco. So I have to hope it's one of those two. So I'm just going to discharge and Rock Slide. That might not even knock out Celesteela because it's at +1 special defense, but we've got to go for it. Okay, Steela goes for Protect. That's fine. That's actually really clever, even if Lele's the last one. Ooh, I actually see the Garchomp get attacked. Okay. So maybe Coco is in the back. Coco, yeah, because if it's Lele, then I still lose, just because Celesteela, I don't have Electric Terrain anymore. I'm hoping the E-Speed in a Garchomp indicates it's going to be Coco. Because if that's the case, I'm still in this. It'll be tight. It'll be really tight. But, yeah, sorry about that turn 1, guys. I was running out of time, and then I just totally forgot to consider Skydrop on a Celesteela. That's Garchomp. Okay, yeah, it's game over. Very well played by my opponent. Brought all the right Pokemon and made the right moves. Yeah, the freeze is unfortunate, but yeah, if I could replay this, I would at least turn 1 Skydrop Porygon, switch into Buzzwole, because, like, the thing is, I just didn't want to take a Heavy Slam into the Aerodactyl. I guess I could still theoretically win if I get a bajillion flinches on Garchomp. Actually, yeah, oh my gosh, Discharge doesn't even come close to knocking that out. Yeah, okay. So yeah, turn 1, what I would have done was switch the Buzzwole in and Skydrop Porygon, because then I can just bring it down and Superpower it on the way down, or Z-move it to guarantee the knockout onto Porygon. Once Porygon's knocked out, then that's the biggest threat to my Garchomp out of the way. And it would have been I just didn't want to lose. I didn't want Celesteela to have the opportunity to. Oh no, but it wouldn't have been able to Heavy Slam Aerodactyl the first turn because I would have Skydropped. So yeah, that infinitely would have been a better play. And that could have changed the outcome significantly. So, like, yeah, you know, I got frozen for 3 turns, but if you look at it, if I just Skydropped, like, first of all, like, you know, I screwed up the Skydrop mechanic. So if I Skydrop Porygon, then I can bring in Buzzwole, I eliminate Porygon before it can even get the chance to freeze me, and then I have, you know, the speed advantage because Aerodactyl's the fastest Pokemon on the field. I guess then Arcanine could come in. So I'm still not in the best of positions. Yeah, that was just a tricky matchup, to be honest. Like, in retrospect, Raichu Coco would have worked out phenomenally there, but I didn't bring the Raichu because my opponent had the Lele, so that was kind of like a team preview call. My own Celesteela actually could have been really good because, like, you know, we saw in the first game, it was like my opponent didn't bring both Coco and Arcanine. He only brought one, and in this game that was the case too, although this time it was both times, sorry, it was Arcanine. So, like, in this game, I could have brought the Celesteela, tried to pressure, like, the focus of the game. Actually, now I think about it, could have been maybe going with Aerodactyl, Buzzwole, with Celesteela, and, like, Garchomp or Coco. No, actually, I would have needed Coco in the back, too, for my opponent's Celesteela. So, yeah, it would have been really tricky. Like, the matchup itself wasn't too easy. On Thawing could have been really helpful if I could have gotten a Tailwind off at some point, but I don't think it really mattered too much at that point since I already had 2 choice users in the back, and not a great way to hit the Garchomp. And so that kind of shows one of the weaknesses of having choice users when you are locked into choice moves and you don't know what's in the back. But, you know, I had a win condition there, and if you don't know what your opponent's last Pokemon is, you keep playing for outs, and, like, with Rock Slide and Discharge, you can get flinches and full paras. Like, that is a pretty... Like, RNG is definitely on your side with that duel of attacks, but unfortunately it was Garchomp in the back, which was definitely the correct call by my opponent's end. So, yep, this is going to be it for this one, guys. I did make a very noob mistake in that first turn, so my lessons learned. I can't Skydrop Celesteela, and I will make better plays from that. I'm sure some of you guys were, like, face-palming when I went for that move, but, you know, we all make mistakes, and that's why, like, practicing is important in Pokemon, because you get these mistakes out of the way so that when you go to tournaments, you don't make the same kind of mistakes. But, yep, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave a like if you did, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.